Come on in. Welcome to Unity. Those of you joining in person and live, we know wherever you are part of this beautiful spiritual family. And really, who isn't part of this beautiful spiritual family? If you just open your heart to love. Let's see if we can do that now. Let's open our heart to love. This is a simple call and response. I open my heart to love. 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 Mind to peace. I open my 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 mind to peace. Again. I open my mind to peace. I open my mind. I open my mind. I open my mind to peace. I open my mind to peace. My soul to joy. I open my soul to joy. I open my soul to joy. I open my soul. I open my soul to joy. I open my soul to joy. Let's put a little more joy into it. I open my soul to joy. 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 Let's hear from Paul. To love. I open my heart 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 to love.
Can you hear me? Oh, good. Before we bless the children, I just want to say that it's the twins' birthday today. So let's just say happy birthday, Astoria and Abrielle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abrielle. Happy birthday to you. Oh, thank you so much. So we'll go ahead and bless them now. So if you'll just repeat after me. We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
and we behold the divine spark that we see in you.
And we behold the divine spark that we see in you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you, children. Happy birthday, girls. Welcome to Unity of the Valley. I'd like to take a moment now as we wait for our candle lighter to appear. Oh, here's our candle lighter. So let's take a moment to bless Justice, our candle lighter for the day. Welcome, Justice.
All right, good morning. So let's light this candle today for all those who feel alone, who suffer. May they know that they are cared for and held in all ways, in all moments. Amen.
What a beautiful way to start our service today. Let's just, if we're comfortable, close our eyes. Draw this big, beautiful circle of love and hold all of those who are suffering in this circle. Take a moment just to think of those who you may have in your life that are going through difficult times. Feel that love of spirit flowing through you out into the world to comfort their hearts. And then we surrender to the mystery, knowing that at the deepest level, all is well. Amen. We're so happy that you're here at Unity of the Valley today. If anybody's here for the first time and you want to raise your hand, our ushers would be happy to give you a welcome packet. And if you're not inclined to raise your hand, that's perfectly fine. You can grab one on your way out. And after service, we have food and fellowship, and we have even a table for people that are here for the first time. It has a sunflower tablecloth. We'd love to chat with you there and answer any questions that you might have about Unity. And with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to my counterpart, Donovan.
Welcome to our talk show. It kind of feels like we're the Tonight Show or something. I love the energy. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, band. Okie dokie. Please be sure that your cell phones are on silent mode. That's weird. Anybody have a cell phone? Make sure it's on silent mode so it doesn't ring during service. I say it every week, so I try to think of a different way so that we're in the moment with it and we check our cell phones. So please mute them or silent them. Alrighty, be sure to check out your handout for other events. They're back there. I don't know what color they are this week. Kind of blue or green? Green. Oh, good. Okay, thank you. And that's for the week. And then we also have the bulletin for July. So lots of stuff going on in those that I won't talk about. So check them out. Today, join us for salad in the fellowship hall after the service. If you're able to bring a salad on a Sunday, please sign up in the fellowship hall. Please come and visit the Lost and Found table in the foyer today. All of these items have been left at Unity, and our Lost and Found is overflowing. So check it out. Maybe you'll find something you lost long ago, or maybe you'll find something new. I don't know. Okay. The grab bag, right? Nobody claims it. Okay. I said that on tape. Oh, I didn't say welcome to people watching on live stream. I'm glad you're with us. Okie doke. Tuesday, 7 p.m. The Behind the Lens seminar movie is Inherit the Wind. And Paul, did you want to add something to this?
It's a great movie with Mr. Spencer Tracy in it, and the director is Stanley Kramer. Anyway, only $5, folks. On a Tuesday, you can come out and watch a movie on the big screen, no commercial interruptions, and then people get a chance to talk about it afterwards, even before, have discussions. And if you love film, you should come out on a Tuesday night. Again, only $5. And a little bit of historical fact, Stanley Kramer is no relation to Kramer from Seinfeld. So,
Well, let me make a note of that. Okay, thank you, Paul. Yep, it's $5 each or $30 for the series, and it's followed by Q&A. Thank you, Paul. And then last but not least, next Sunday, our message will be Dynamic Patience. I could use some of that, with guest speaker Reverend Mindy Tucker, and that's all I had.
Great. Time to rise and stretch. I'm going to remind you, of those of you who don't know this, this sing-along, simple little melody. It goes like this. Oh Lord, make me like the breeze. Same melody, moving through the world with ease. And then the second part goes, touching in a gentle way. Try that. Touching in a gentle way. Back to the other melody. Cooling on the hottest day. Now, to learn the chorus, I'm going to teach it to you this way. The melody goes like this. La 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 la. Try it. La 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 la. Put it with words. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it what I'm meant to? Now you got it. Now we're going to go back to the beginning, and I'll give you a little intro. Here we go. Oh, life, make me like the breeze. Make me like the breeze. Moving through the world with ease. Touching in a gentle way. Cooling on the hottest day. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it what I'm meant to be? Looking at the clues that you give. Isn't this the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me? Beautiful. Oh, life, make me like the stream. Make me like the stream. Rolling, stretching, falling free. Sharing all the gifts I have. Life springs all along my path. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it when I'm meant to be? Looking at the clues that you give. Isn't this the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me? We're gonna go up. Life, your deepest ocean show. There's much more we still could know. Life, your highest mountains deep. How high every soul could reach. Isn't it the nature of me? Isn't it what I'm meant to be? Looking at the clues that you give. Isn't it the way we should live? Isn't it the nature of me? Yes, it is. Yes, it is the nature of me. Yes, it is what I'm meant to be. Following the clues that you give. I know it's the way we should live. Yes, it is the nature of me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the nature of me. Oh, yeah.
So whenever I lead a meditation, I like to think of the people, all different kinds of learning styles and thinking styles, including my own, and sometimes I have a hard time relaxing and focusing. And for myself, I can think of nothing more relaxing than looking up through the trees as the wind blows through the leaves and the sunlight, dappled sunlight is there. So I put on these videos. It also has some audio of birds, just in case you're a person like me that needs a little help relaxing. I'm also going to play this beautiful bowl to kind of set the silence here for us, kind of get us in the mood, and I'll play it again at the end. Do we have an audio on that bird video? Ah, thank you. Aren't they wonderful back there? Okay. Maybe we could even dim the lights a little more. I'm just going to town here. Thanks, guys. All right, so I invite you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. You could even take in 2 sniffs. I like to do that. Hold it, let it out. Do that one more time. 2 sniffs. Let it out. As I speak these lines, I invite you to take in these words as if they are your own. In this moment, I fill my mind with healing thoughts. I align myself with my higher power, and I open the way for miracles. I ask the universe to show me what is truly right for me, to guide me to my highest good, because it is a mystery. In this moment, I release the hurt. I release the ancient wounds. I clear the debts and I forgive so that I may be open to today's blessing. To expand into this beautiful present moment, this room filled with love, this future of what is possible. I will no longer stand behind those walls of limitation. I free my energy to envision new beginnings, to allow the blessings of God to flow through me. Now we are going to just sit in the silence for a few moments. And continuing in this peaceful state, I invite our music team up to the platform. And we'll stay in this meditative time for just a moment longer.
I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy and the river ran clear. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy and the path was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and the Father's debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came.
Thank you. A great band. Thank you.
Oh, I love this music team. I dream of the day when I am prepared so ahead of time that I don't need these papers, and I apologize for that. But so, why do we come to Unity? Anybody just want to yell out an answer? Why are you here today? Love was the first thing I heard. I like that. Yeah. Healing. I think we're all really here at a deep level to grow. It's all about expanding, right? We're opening our hearts. We're connecting with each other. We're aligning with the divine. Doesn't that sound glorious? We're healing our wounds. We're learning. We're seeing the good, and we're celebrating the beauty and the joy. That's something really special at this place. There is so much joy. So we're cultivating this amazing spiritual garden. But in order to grow, we first need to prepare the soil. Now, this is a really fun metaphor because my husband Gary and I, we're crazy about gardening. I always have dirt under my fingernails. So first, you have to, when you want to make a garden, right, the first thing you have to decide is what do you want to grow? And then you have to cultivate the right environment. You want to choose your surroundings carefully and take out like the unwanted things like the big old rocks or any trash that might be in that garden if you're in an urban place, and you want to add rich organic compost. And just as we can cultivate our physical garden, we also want to cultivate our inner landscape. And today's talk is really about that. It's about self-awareness. We need that self-awareness in order to live our very best lives. Now, we are not going to create an inner landscape of peace by constantly barraging our minds with social media, news, fear, and negativity. I'm sure you've probably heard this so many times you're sick of hearing it, but please keep this in the front of your mind. Before you just instantly go to look at your phone, before you turn on the news, before you look at your news feed, just stop for a moment. Be a conscious curator. Don't let just anything in. Because all those videos and all those pictures and all those words, they're affecting your consciousness. Even I fight that. I'm driving into town. I love living in the country, and I have a long drive into town, and you can mentally prepare. I started to turn on the news today, and I said, whoa, I better practice what I preach. And I turned it off, and I put on chanting music, and that was much, much better. So we have a choice, right? We're going to cultivate our inner garden with that rich, nourishing, healthy amendment. I know I have some soil people like Gary Jordan here. They know that word, amendment. We amend the soil. So after we decide what we want to grow and we kind of cultivate the area, then it's time to actually plant our seeds. Of course, seeds need ample light and water. And if we put that care into growing our seeds, we see the limitations of that little seed dissolve and new life breaks through the shell, emerging from the soil as a vibrant green seedling. Now, one of my very most favorite teachers is Louise Hay, and she has this wonderful analogy comparing our thoughts and words to seeds, which is perfect for today's talk. Thank you, Louise, wherever you are in the ethers there. So she says to grow, we want to be open to the present instead of staying trapped in the past. And to do this, we must let in the sunshine. We have to fill our minds with light, with positive thoughts and words of possibility. If we don't let in the light, the seed just can't grow. And when we limit our thoughts with sentences like, I can't do this, or things are never going to change, or that's never going to happen, you know what happens? Your mind responds to that. Your mind starts looking for evidence that that's true. We fixate on memories of past failure and fear and rejection and disappointment. And when you say those negative things, Louise Hay has this quote, our mind begins to close doors before we even touch them. I cannot say how important that is in my mind. Our mind, when you use that negative self-talk or negative language, your mind closes the doors. Your mind just doesn't even give you the option anymore before you even touch that door to try to open it. But when we let in the light, when we say, I'm willing to see this differently, or I'm willing to be guided, something inside of us opens up. Our breathing softens, our bodies relax. Louise Hay says, the mind begins to look for a path, a sign, a possibility, a new way forward. The right words spoken from the right state can move you from fear to trust, from resistance into receiving, from confusion into guidance, and from contraction into openness. So those are powerful words, but some people might still be skeptical. But my friend Kane shared an example with me, like if you want to prove to someone the power of the mind-body connection here, if you're doubting that your mind has that kind of power over your physical body, I'm going to give you an example. I want everybody to please close your eyes for just a second and imagine a bright yellow lemon sitting on the counter in front of you. And now you imagine yourself taking a nice little knife and slicing it down the middle and pick up that half a lemon and put it in your mouth and take a big old gulp of that lemon pulp. Okay, you can open your eyes. Is anybody's mouth watering, or is your jaw kind of clenched a little bit? So that is a magnificent example. Your physical body just threw a biological switch based entirely on a thought. There is no lemon, but that's how powerful the brain is, can make your body react physically. Your nervous system is constantly listening to and physically preparing you for the stories that you tell it. So, if you're feeling in the dark, like that light just can't come through, you say to yourself, I am willing to see this differently. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to have it figured out. You don't have to understand what it all means. Just be willing to see things differently. Open your mind and your heart to a new interpretation, and you might find that those walls that are trapping you will start to break open, and you will be free to stretch and grow towards the sun. So back to our garden, as our little seedling continues to grow, we can't just leave it, right? It's not like we did our job and now we can walk away. We have to stay tuned in to its environment. And this includes things like pulling weeds and finding a way to encourage the pests to go elsewhere. Do you know, you don't have to demonize the pests and the weeds and the slugs and things like that. You don't have to squish them or even poison them. You can find them and you can take them away. You release them somewhere else, and then you bring your attention back to your plant. For our own inner landscape, we want to, instead of like trying to poison or suppress or squish or kill those difficult feelings, we don't do that. That's not a healthy thing. That's not going to get us where we want to go. We have to embrace those difficult feelings with kindness instead of judgment. When we understand ourselves more deeply, when we experience those difficult feelings with compassion, we can choose what we want to release and what we want to keep. We create a space for healing, freedom, and lasting peace. So, in order to accomplish that, it's really, really helpful if you have a little bit of understanding of psychology, especially this thing called the ego. Now, sometimes in traditional New Thought religion, people were like, you gotta kill the ego. Like, the ego is edging God out. But no, that's not really the way we think about that now. Teachers like Paul Hasselbeck help us understand that the ego is nothing to kill or to suppress. We want to embrace it and understand it. I have been studying him, but I've also been studying this wonderful lady named Dr. Nicole LaPera. And she's a licensed clinical psychologist. She has her PhD in clinical psychology. She also has a YouTube channel called The Holistic Psychologist. And I love her because she knows all the science and she's very careful with the science, but her delivery is so down to earth and approachable. It's like, and you feel like she's right there with you. She's like an excellent guide into the world of mental health and helping us to understand our minds. So the way she defines ego is, it's basically like whenever you hear that little voice in your head or actually say out loud the word I, anything that comes after that is your ego. It's your conception of who you are, of who other people are, and who and what the world is. And your ego is not inherently bad. It's not something that you want to destroy or eliminate. In fact, it's necessary for your survival. Much of our ego was formed by our childhood, in our formative years up to the age of 7. We just soaked in everything like a sponge and thought that was reality. And then we had to learn our way to navigate through that reality. And some people didn't have the most easy time in childhood. And that's when they started to develop these habits that helped them at the time to become really difficult to have a fulfilled life later, until we can reach a state of understanding. So the ego is only part of ourselves. It's not the whole of who we are. We are the consciousness, the ability to observe that part of ourselves. Dr. Nicole LePera broke the ego awareness into 4 levels. And the first level is lack of ego consciousness. Unfortunately, a whole lot of people just live and hang out in that state. For whatever reason, maybe they never had the opportunity of education, or maybe they just have never had anybody help guide them out of that traumatizing part of life. But they're operating, when you're in that first stage of ego consciousness, you are operating around, everything is revolving around your ego, who you think you are and how you think things are in the world around you. And you know what that leads to? It often leads to people being very reactive and defensive. And if you hear someone else who has a different belief than you, you feel threatened. And when your ego definition is challenged, a lot of difficult emotions come up. The second state is ego awareness. It's when you awaken to that consciousness that you have a story and you're repeating that story all day long in your mind, but you are not your story. You are the witnesser of that endless story about that's going on in your mind all day. And when you get to that step, you're waking up what we call the conscious observer. We realize the existence of something that Nicole calls the witness, which is, in New Thought, is called our higher self or our authentic self. So that's stage 2. You still got all that stuff going on, but you're at least a little bit aware of it. Stage 3, we're going to step fully into the role of the witness. So in stage 2, we know we're telling ourselves stories. We're not able to stop the reaction that follows. That is so frustrating. That happens to me. I'm studying this stuff day and night. I'm in ministerial school. I'm serving here with you guys. I should know better, but I still get triggered and tripped, and all of a sudden things come out of my mouth that I was like, whoa, back to square one I go. So that in stage 2, it's like that. You know better, but it still happens. But in stage 3, you're getting stronger and able to maintain your position as a conscious observer. Even when you're in this triggering situation and you can see your stories, you're able to stand in awareness. And you can make a new choice. Like Course in Miracles says, every moment is an opportunity to choose again. We evolve from reactivity to responsiveness. And that doesn't mean that the story goes away. It's probably never going to go away. But you can just acknowledge it and see it for what it is. And you respond to that story in a new way. And the final step is ego integration. This is like the lifetime achievement goal of enlightenment, basically. So we may never get there. We're able to maintain the awareness of our higher self, and we're less and less shifting into the stories and the reactivity. Now, the comforting thing is nobody expects us to get through phase 1 and go directly to phase 2, 3, and 4. For every single human being, it is not a linear process. You're going to shift back and forth quite often. It's not like one and done. You got to keep working on it. It's a constant evolution. I love Dr. LePera uses this example. I've heard this story in a couple of contexts. This is a great story. It's like you have a car, right? Like Inga's convertible Sassy. You're driving in your car, but you're totally blindfolded, and your ego is driving the car. And it's driving as fast as it wants, and it's just going wherever it wants. That's like stage 1, living in ego consciousness. What we want to do is take off the blindfold first and get back into the driver's seat. Now, we don't want to shove the ego out of the car and kill it, right? We want to just gently encourage the ego to sit in the passenger seat of our journey. And from time to time, especially when we get afraid, that ego is going to desperately try to take back over the wheel.
And then we just have to gently guide it back to its seat. And the more we do this, the more empowered we become and we gain control of our lives. So ego work is simply a way to separate yourself from your ego, to create that space. That space is a wonderful place to make a choice, whether to be in alignment with your authentic self or to go into reactivity. So we finally get to our fourth stage of our garden here. We've cultivated the soil. We have planted our seed. We have watered it, given it light. Now our plant is flourishing. It eventually flowers and it bears fruit. Our little seed, with all of its limitations, is liberated and is set free. So at this point, I want to call in the Bible for just a minute. And I want to remind you that in Unity and New Thought, we usually stay away from a literal translation of the Bible. We instead choose to have a metaphysical interpretation of the scriptures. And that means like you're going to take the Bible stories and consider each of those characters and places and things as something in your own consciousness. So I would like to bring up the story of Jesus turning water to wine. Could you raise your hand if you've at least heard of that story of Jesus turning water to wine? Thank you. It's in common culture, right? You may have no idea about the story, or it may actually hit you like, oh, that's ridiculous. And that's okay, because we're not saying literally right here that this man, or that Jesus turned water to wine. We're going to look at the deeper level of the story. It happens in the book of John. The New Testament starts with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew, Mark, and Luke, those guys are all kind of similar. They have their differences, but they're very similar. They're called the synoptic gospels. John, he was in a whole different category. The book of John is beautiful. It's poetic. He's not trying to just tell the story of Jesus' life. He's like delving deep into the theology. And so it's kind of significant that that's where this story comes in. Now, it happens in John chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. So if you read the story traditionally, what's going on is Jesus is at the beginning of his ministry. He's a young adult. He's with his mom, when I say young adult, like, what is it, like 30, 29 or 30. And he and his mom, Mary, and some of his disciples, he has about 5 of them with him, they go in the town of Cana to this wedding. And they're at this celebration. Everything's going beautifully. Everybody's having a great time. But all of a sudden, Mary realizes that the wine is about to run out. And people are not going to be happy when they no longer have any refreshments at the party. So Jesus has not started performing miracles. In the book of John, at this point, there's no miracles that have been performed by Jesus yet. But Mary knows her son is special. She has this inkling of his divinity, right? So she goes up to Jesus. She says, hey, the wine is about to run out. Can you do something about it? Hint, hint, hint. And Jesus turns to her and he doesn't say, okay, Mom. He says, no, woman, what do I have to do with that? No, now is not my time has not come yet. All right, that's a little bit difficult, right? But then Mary, she has faith. She doesn't care that he immediately said no. And she turns to the servant and she says, whatever he tells you to do, you do it. And so Jesus decides to do this miracle. And he tells the servants to bring in 6 big old jugs that they use to purify water. And they each have whole barrels, basically. And he tells them to fill them to the brim with water. And then Jesus performs a miracle and he changes the water to wine. And it's not just regular wine, it's like spectacular wine. It's delicious wine. In fact, it says it in the Bible. Even the master of the feast, he says, whoa, he goes up to the bridegroom. He goes, most people serve the fancy wine first, but you've saved the fancy wine for later in the feast. And they're amazed at that. So, okay, that's a nice story, right? And I probably have lost a lot of you, that mumbo jumbo miracle stuff. So let's go to the New Thought Unity interpretation of this story. It's really beautiful. So it's like we're at a wedding, we're going through life, everything's going great, and then something happens to us. And the water represents our life force. And you know how it is when you go through one challenge after another, you feel more and more depleted until there's no pizzazz left in your life anymore. You're just barely able to get by. And Mary represents our intuition, You know how it is sometimes your mind wants to power through, but your heart is telling you, whoa, something's got to change here. That's what Mary is. And she's persistent. She goes up to Jesus, and in this particular story, Jesus is metaphysically representing our mind, our consciousness. And the heart says to the mind, we have to change. We're running out of steam here. And the mind says, no, not yet. Now's not the time. But the heart continues and demands. And then the mind gets on board with the plan. And what I love about this story is Jesus did not direct those servants to bring in 6 empty jugs. I mean, my gosh, if he's working miracles, he could have just made wine out of nothing, right? That's not what he did. Jesus doesn't, in this story, our consciousness does not want us to kill our negative thoughts, to bring in empty vessels. Our divine creator wants us to come to the table as we are, filled to the brim with our water, with our life, with our problems, with our fears, with our negativity. Just bring it all to the table. And that's when our divine creator supercharges that water into divine wine, which represents vibrant, beautiful spiritual life. So when you're at a crossroads, if you're running on empty, and if your life force is dissipated and you feel cut off from God, if you feel tired and worn out, something in your heart knows that there's a better way, and that's your intuition. We bring our tired selves to our Creator. And just as those servants brought those water jugs to Jesus, we bring ourselves to the Creator, and we don't hide our feelings. We don't pretend they're not there. We bring it all, and the miracle occurs. We connect with our God. We tune into that higher consciousness, and our old tired water is supercharged with the divine, the energy of what is possible. We connect to the grace of Source, and our lives are renewed. So sometimes I feel like in ministerial school that I'm learning the same things over and over and over again, and I think that's okay in a way. And sometimes you could say, why do I need the Bible? But the Bible has these profound lessons if you can look at it at that metaphysical level. And yes, we have the doctors and the psychologists of the world to help us understand the brain, but we also have this amazing spiritual guidance that is there for us to use. And if we cultivate what we put into our mind and we connect to those resources, it will definitely help us to live life in the fullest way and to be happier, healthier, whole human beings as we realize that connection to the divine. Thank you very much.
There are 3 things I do when my life falls apart. Number 1, I cry my eyes out and I dry up my heart. Not until I do this will my new life start. So that's the first thing that I do when my life falls apart. The second thing I do is I close both of my eyes, say my thank yous to each and every moment of my life. I go where I know the love is and let it fill me up inside, gathering new strength from sorrow. I'm glad to be alive. Things are looking up. I know above the clouds the sun is shining. Things are looking up. Love three little things. Things are looking Oh, the third thing that I do now when my world caves in is I pause, I take a breath and bow and let the chapter end. I design my future bright, not by where my life has been. And I try again. Yes, I try again. Things are looking up. I know beyond the dark the sun is rising. Things are looking up. And I know above the clouds the sun is shining. Things are looking up. Love is still the answer. Relying on three little things. Three little things.
Earlier today, I was just thinking about what this community means to me. I started coming here when I was 27. Wow. That wasn't that long ago. 1991. And, you know, as we gather our offerings now, just think about what this community means to you. I know what it means to me. I know how it's changed my life. And give from that place of expressing what this community means to you. And with that, let's look at our affirmation and speak from the heart together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God.
Bless the world through me. Bless the world through me. I am your instrument. Bless the world through me. Bless the world through me.
All the love inside of me.
Bless the world through me.
Here and now I set it free.
I am your instrument.
To shine on everything I see.
Bless the world through me.
Oh, bless everything I see.
Oh, I'm waking up to something greater than I've ever known. And we make a difference as we join our hands and hearts, creating unity. It's what this world needs. Bless the world through me.
All the love inside of me.
Bless the world through me.
Here and now I set it free.
I shine on everything I see. Bless the world through me. Let's sing our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust there. Do you all know Honey here? Well, she is part of our usher team, and I'm just going to take a moment to recognize that team as part of the incredible tapestry, the beautiful tapestry of so many volunteers. Raise your hand if you've ever volunteered here. Ever. Ever. Oh, yeah. I'd love to see that. If you've never volunteered. But of course, we thank everybody. And let's just bless these gifts knowing that this is just an expression of our love, our intention, our focus of coming together to let the Spirit just shine so bright that it touches every heart, every life, everywhere. And that's what's happening. That's what happens when we weave ourselves together, when we fertilize our soil, Laura. Just wanted to remind her of that.
Has to be organic, though.
Organic, yeah. And I'd like to remind you that we have ushers here. I mean, not ushers. Yes, we have ushers, but we have chaplains. Chaplains. And ushers. Chaplains, would you rise? These incredible lights are ready to pray with you after the service. If you feel... If you've never experienced that with them, that's like getting supercharged for the rest of your day. And what else do we got to do? We got to sing the peace song. Let's do that. Let's rise. Because we have to sing the peace song. It's required. But we're going to do it with love. With joy. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let the peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. Have a good day.